The cops showed up at my door with a 15-year-old girl. Congratulations, you're a dad. Her mom's going to prison, and you're her only option. I stared at this kid who had my exact face. She stared back and said, well, this is awkward. The officer handed me a DNA test. 99.97% match. Your ex Kimberly got busted running a $2 million identity theft ring. She gave us your name to keep the kid out of foster care. Kimberly, my college girlfriend who ghosted me sophomore year. No, like, thanks. Apparently she was pregnant and never told me. The girl rolled her eyes. Mom always said you were a deadbeat who abandoned us. Guess she lied about that too. I'm 28. I work in tech. My biggest responsibility is remembering to pay rent, and now I have a teenager. She walked into my apartment carrying everything she owned in a trash bag. Nice place, she said, looking around my barely furnished living room. Mom and I lived in a car for 3 months last year. I didn't know what to say to that. Are you hungry? She shrugged. I don't eat much, saves money. This kid was rationing food because her criminal mother couldn't provide for her. I ordered pizza. She ate 4 slices in silence, then asked, can I use your Wi-Fi? She pulled out a laptop held together with duct tape and opened what looked like advanced coding software. What are you working on? Nothing important, but I could see her screen. She was building a video game. The code was more sophisticated than anything I wrote in college. Did someone teach you this? She laughed bitterly. Mom said school was for losers, but the library has free internet. I taught myself everything. While her mom was stealing identities, this girl was teaching herself computer programming in public libraries. I'm a software engineer, I told her. This code is incredible. She looked up for the first time. Really? For the next 3 hours, we debugged code together. She looked up for the first time. Really? For the next 3 hours, we debugged code together. She built an entire RPG with custom graphics, leveling systems, and storylines that rivaled professional games. How long did this take? 2 years. I work on it when mom's out doing whatever she does. Whatever she does, like committing felonies. This 15-year-old was more qualified for my job than most of my coworkers. The next morning, I woke up to breakfast already made. Real breakfast. Eggs, toast, coffee. Where did you learn to cook? Mom slept until 3 p.m. most days. Jailed Alec was to game. Junior on reuse when drops crowd is Alec. It was cook or starve. She'd been taking care of herself her entire life. 2 weeks later, I enrolled her in school. The guidance counselor called me that afternoon. Sir, your daughter tested into AP classes across the board. Her standardized scores are in the 99th percentile. Has she always been this advanced? Apparently, the kid who was told she was worthless tested into gifted programs. That weekend, we went shopping for actual furniture for her room. She kept asking if things were too expensive. Can we afford this? She'd whisper, looking at a $30 desk lamp. Yes, we can afford a lamp. She picked the cheapest options for everything. Clearance bedding, discount desk, used bookshelf from Facebook Marketplace. At Target, she stopped at the school supplies section and stared at a pack of mechanical pencils. Mom always said regular pencils were good enough. I grabbed the mechanical pencils and threw them in the cart along with highlighters, sticky notes, and a graphing calculator. Her eyes went wide. That calculator costs $120. You're taking AP Calculus. You need a good calculator. She was quiet for the rest of the shopping trip. That night, she knocked on my door holding her laptop. Want to see the updated version of my game? She'd added a storyline where the main character discovers they have family they never knew existed. The player chooses whether to trust them or run away. What do most players choose? I asked. She smiled. They stay. Turns out everyone just wants someone who won't abandon them. 3 months in, she called me dad for the first time. It happened while we were debugging code. She said, hey dad, what if we tried this approach? I almost cried right there. 6 months later, she had a 4.0 GPA and colleges were sending recruitment letters. One morning, I found her crying over her laptop. What's wrong? She showed me an email from MIT. Early admission acceptance. Full scholarship. They want me, she whispered. Of course they do. You're brilliant. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. Mom always said I'd never amount to anything. The criminal who raised her told her she was worthless. The genius I inherited is going to change the world.